He slams 50 Cent's Netflix documentary as rapper keeps quiet on rival's pre-arrest footage. The four-part docuseries on the jailed mogul produced by his rival is set for release today, Tuesday, but questions are arising about the legality of some of the footage used. Sean Diddy Combs' team is speaking out about the new Netflix documentary from its producer and his longtime rival, rapper 50 Cent, slamming the series that features footage the beleaguered mogul has had shot of his life in the days before his September 2024 arrest as a shameful hit piece that is unfair, illegal, and an unnecessary and deeply personal affront. The blistering statement from Combs' publicist comes hours after Good Morning America aired a segment that features an interview with 50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, and Alex Stapleton, the director of Sean Combs' The Reckoning. Also included in the GMA segment is footage from the docuseries of Combs that was shot in the days leading up to his arrest. Combs is currently serving a 50-month sentence on charges stemming from his sensational federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial that took place this summer, which ended in a split verdict in which he was found guilty of charges related to the Mann Act, but spared on the sex trafficking and RICO charges, which could have sent him to prison for life. Netflix's so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece. Today's GMA teaser confirms that Netflix relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. The statement from PR rep Judah Engelmeyer and sent to The Hollywood Reporter on Monday afternoon reads, as Netflix and CEO Ted Sarandos know, Mr. Combs has been amassing footage since he was 19 to tell his own story in his own way. It is fundamentally unfair and illegal for Netflix to misappropriate that work. Netflix is plainly desperate to sensationalize every minute of Mr. Combs' life without regard for truth in order to capitalize on a never-ending media frenzy. If Netflix cared about the truth or Mr. Combs' legal rights, it would not be ripping off private footage out of context, including conversations with his lawyers that were never intended for public viewing. No rights in that material were ever transferred to Netflix or any third party, the statement continues. It is equally staggering that Netflix handed creative control to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a longtime adversary with a personal vendetta who has spent too much time slandering Mr. Combs. Beyond the legal issues,
put stuff in my fanny pack, King.
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
This is a personal breach of trust. Mr. Combs has long respected Ted Sarandos and admired the legacy of his late father-in-law, Clarence Avant. For Netflix to give his life story to someone who has publicly attacked him for decades feels like an unnecessary and deeply personal affront. At minimum, he expected fairness from people he respected, the statement concludes.
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting.
In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter on Monday ahead of the docuseries' Tuesday release, both Jackson and Stapleton were tight-lipped about how the pre-arrest footage was acquired for their series, with the rapper asking The Hollywood Reporter, "Why would you ask us to reveal our sources?" The footage was obtained completely legally, Stapleton told The Hollywood Reporter. However, on Monday, the New York Times shared another statement from Engelmeyer asserting that the footage was never authorized for release. It includes private moments, pre-indictment materials from an unfinished project, and conversations involving legal strategy, according to the rep. A second trailer for the Netflix series was released on Monday morning. It shows Combs in a hotel room 6 days prior to his arrest at a Manhattan hotel in September 2024. We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt with the dirtiest of dirty business, the mogul says in a phone call that is included in the trailer. In the GMA segment, the rap mogul, who is now serving his sentence in New Jersey while working on an appeal of his case, is also seen in footage from the series and what appears to be a conversation with his attorneys. Listen to me, Combs is seen saying by phone inside a hotel room. I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. Y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing. Footage from GMA also shows Diddy with the fan, then later asking for hand sanitizer and saying he's been in the streets amongst the people. I've got to take a bath.
Features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would